TSU, and when we played, PWIs in the midweek, if you saw a black kid on the team, it was one.
It was, yeah,
And he was playing center field,
for sure.
right? And all the rest of the guys that can actually play went to Southern. Like studs went to Southern. And our league was a little bit more competitive, pitching wise, because they had a lot of guys that can actually, upper 80s, 90s. Back then, if you threw 90, you had the opportunity to get drafted.
Right.
To me, I think that's the difference. That PWIs right now are taking more of our kids, and rightfully so. They can play.
Yeah.
Not only they play first base, second base, shortstop, third base, they catch, playing all the way in the infield. So you'll have, say, a team like Texas, you got 8 to 10 black kids.
Right.
Right. Some play in the dirt, some behind the plate. Some in the outfield, some pitching. So we're playing the game. We just played at a higher level than it did when we was playing. You know what I mean? Like, people have their perception of what black college baseball is, so they're afraid of what they don't know. For a prime example, like when we recruit kids and we get them in that room and we get to talking baseball, their eyes buck wide open and be like, wow. It's either I never heard nothing like that before, or he actually do know what he's talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just laugh inside because if you don't know, if you don't come, you'll never know.
Right.
Even the guys that we have transfer in or JUCO guys, the first thing when they come, it's almost like we're talking Swahili to them because it's things that they never heard before.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-up. That's another reason why I like freshmen more than I like JUCO guys, because it's going to take you a year to catch up on to what we're doing here, especially if you're a guy from Texas, because JUCO here in Texas, you got 60 to 80 guys on the team.
Yeah.
It's no coaching there, so you're basically coaching yourself.
22 years ago, when I first got in here, I think it was mostly like a 2 or 3 team race, on both sides, at least for us in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. It was always going to be, we knew either Southern and I was at Prairie View, of course, at that time, but it was always going to be TSU, Graham, and Southern. And so the other teams in the conference were at the bottom. Then on the other side, we were looking at like Jackson State. When I came in, Valley was pretty good. And then I think the third team was probably Alcorn. Yeah, I think it was Rat McGowan's ball club. It was, we knew that was going to be there. But they only took 2 teams to the tournament on each side.
Okay.
So we've expanded.
Yeah.
So we've expanded, which means that we gave each program an opportunity to bring, and that's what we wanted. We wanted more participation in the tournament. So we changed the format. We went to 3 teams in the tournament. And now, of course, we had 4 teams, on each side to the tournament. But and we made another big move. Now all of a sudden we're playing in a conference. So we play one conference now. This is the first time since I've been here that we'll play one conference. When I first heard of it, I didn't like it because of the travel. It took me a little bit of time to wrap my mind around it. And once I did, I realized how competitive it's going to be and how it should help each program and each player to market themselves. Because now all of a sudden you have an opportunity to play the schools in the East. It gives you an opportunity to know what type of competition you have on these before you go to the tournament. Yeah. Whereas before, all we was looking at was maybe some video and then some scouting report, which helps you, a little bit. But this is going to be a great opportunity. This is going to be a great year, especially for us, because we got so many good teams.
Yeah.
And so I can't, we had the order finished the other day. I can't predict it.
Okay.
Because we got so many teams that will have an opportunity to win the conference, and also an opportunity. It's probably going to be a different team that's going to win the tournament. Yeah. And that's how competitive it's been. We always know that Jackson State's going to be good. Got really good coach down there. Alabama State is always going to be good because of the type of players that they recruit. And all of a sudden, Bethune-Cookman is Man, that's probably going to always be, your best pitch program. Johnny does a good job with recruiting down there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, FAMU. We got a coach down there with an enormous amount of experience and stuff. So we know that the competition is going to build. And, of course, on the outside, Grambling Southern, Prairie View, Texas Southern, it's always a 4-team horse race to the finish.
Yeah.
So this is going to make for a really, really, really competitive season. But, again, it gives more players an opportunity to build that value, to build that brand. And so that's what we're doing as coaches. We're trying to just be able to build that brand and then take advantage of some of the opportunities that they have here in hopes of helping them to achieve their dream, which is having an opportunity to play Major League Baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that next step to really kind of move this thing along. What needs to happen next?
Investment. Just us, the presidents and athletic directors, the coaches, everybody, Major League Baseball, we just got to continue to make the investment. And I will say that, the Houston Astros for us, it's been really grand for us because they've donated $1 million to Texas Southern toward the building of our new stadium.
Right.
And then just this past week, we got some other good news that Major League Baseball also donated $250,000 toward the help of building our new stadium.
Wow.
So just investment, in getting families to understand that, our facilities may not be, as grand as like a LSU or University of Texas or anything like that, but it's still good enough and grand enough where we can still develop your prized possession.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. I think that's what they want to know and see, that that themselves and the kid can have a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's part of the investment that we try to make to them, and we try to continue to keep for our student athletes, that they have a good experience when they come to Texas Southern and all HBCU programs. You got some great coaches.
Yeah.
You have some really good coaches in HBCU boys baseball. I will say that.